I appreciate you tuning back in for another video. So today is kind of easy. I've been kind of bored sitting around the house trying to figure out what we can build without spending money. And I've had some red cedar sitting around for a couple years now that I was gonna use for an epoxy table or something like that. I've used one piece, but I have like 5 slabs left. So I've cut one in half like 6 months ago and never touched it. So I don't know why I'm out of breath. I grabbed the trash can just now, and apparently that was too much for me. I'm out of shape, guys. All right. I'm gonna make a wooden spoon out of this red cedar. As you can see, I've already got it drawn out, but it's pretty thick, and we just got to cut some pieces down here. So we got to get this thinner, get this cut out, get everything. I'll make two, one with a flat handle and one with like a round, maybe a square handle. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're gonna make two. I have another slab I'm gonna use for the other spoon. I have to figure out where I put it in all this mess, but we'll find it. So make that spoon, make the other spoon, get them all sanded down really nice, make sure they're all, look like an actual spoon, wooden spoon. And I have some food grade safe mineral oil we'll use on it. That's the last step, and we'll just see how this goes. I've never done it before, so I guess you guys will be experiencing this with me. You live and you learn. Let's do it. As soon as I touched this with a sander, those two pieces blew off. The tip fell off. The corner fell off. Um, so I kind of wanted to see how sturdy it was, but deep down I knew this was probably going to be too brittle. The wood was going to be too brittle to work with, but I still wanted to make this work. So after I got one side cut down, I flip it around. I try to start cutting this side, and then the whole end of it just broke off. So after it broke off, I mean, the whole this whole project was pretty much trash. So thankfully I had some scrap wood laying around that I was able to use after this. I had to let the red cedar go. It just broke apart on me. I'm not sure how to explain that, but it could be, I don't know, honestly, I don't know. Anyway, I switched to this piece of, I don't even know what kind of wood this is. I used it on that epoxy dinner tray video, and I just had literally a couple strips left over, like this thick, and they were just maybe a few feet long. So I was able to make this one work. So I got the shape cut out. Now I need to start tapering the end. I might cut like, I don't know. I really want to make this thinner. You can see a normal spoon is like half the thickness. So a part of me wants to cut this in half, and the other part of me doesn't. But I do want to taper the end down here. You see how this one is. So we'll see what happens. But definitely have a lot of sanding to do. I was gonna try to get rid of these. If I cut this in half, then I'll cut this out. If not, then I'll just leave it. It's character. First spoon is pretty much done. Just need a couple touch-ups. Now it's time to move on to the second spoon. This one is obviously more round than the last one, but because this is scrap wood, I couldn't make these as wide as I wanted to. I would have liked for these to be maybe another 2 inches wide to really get that spoon effect. I don't know how to explain it, but I could only make them so wide. Um, but these still kind of worked out. And this one here is going to be, I did cut this wood in half instead of having it as thick as the last one. All right, so considering this was some scrap wood, you know, about an hour ago, I'd say we're doing pretty good. Obviously, we got to clean it up, just cut it out. So we'll get this thing shaped like an actual spoon, and then we'll start hollowing out the middle a little bit so it actually looks like a spoon. So let's get started with that. All right, so day number 2. I didn't feel like working anymore yesterday, so I stopped before I even got a chance to give this bad boy some shape. So shape this up, get the inside finished, maybe poke a hole up here, drill a hole so we can hang it up. We don't do that, but I feel like that the hole makes it legit. If you were curious, I'm using 80 grit sandpaper to really get some material moved so we can get the shape of an actual spoon here. Anything lower than that, I feel like you would just be sanding forever. So, gonna use a lower grit to really knock down that wood to get the shape quicker. All right, so these things are finally done. The spoon came out pretty cool. I got this stuff really smooth in here, so I guess it turned out pretty cool. Considering I've never done one of these before. Seems pretty simple until you like get into it, and then you know you run into an issue here and there. Anyway, it was pretty cool. So I have some some white mineral oil. I'm going to put on these so that we can actually use them if we want to. So, plus it'll bring out the grain in the wood. I feel like an old man when I talk about. Never mind. All right. Plus, this wood has like some pretty cool grain to it. So, this is the wood, like I said before, this is the wood I had left over from making the epoxy tray a few months back. I'll leave a card in the video somewhere up here or something like that, but I'll leave a card in there, so if you guys want to go see that video, you can. I have a lot of extra wood laying around. I don't know if I'll be making a bunch of spoons and stuff like that, but I definitely want to find something else useful for all the scrap wood I have laying around. Hopefully you guys can see these. Final product. It's pretty cool for some scrap wood. At least I think so. I'm like a little kid when it comes to stuff. See if I can get you guys a better angle. I appreciate you guys watching. I guess stay tuned for what we're gonna do next with some scrap wood. So I wish I made this one a little bit thinner, but that's neither here nor there. It's still pretty cool. So stay tuned. I'll put a link or a card up in the corner so you guys can watch where this wood actually came from if you haven't seen that video. And see you guys next time.